of St. Martin, it is important that I, your Prime Minister and your Savior, Luc Mercelina, come to you during these troubling times. I need to understand, for you to understand, very importantly, that St. Martin is at a crossroad. The crossroad that we have to go over and come back and continue to move towards the natural development of what we call St. Martin. We have to believe that we will come through and we will continue to work in the best interest, and the safety and security of the country is the only thing that matters right now. Crime, the weather, GEBE is the fault of the past governments, the UP and the National Alliance. They are no good. I am not one to blame anyone. I'm not going to start. But the UP and the National Alliance is the reason why a hurricane is coming to St. Martin. Understand that this government, this USM government, believes that the people will make the right decision on the 19th of August and vote for people who have their own interests, their interests of the people at hand, so that we can continue to build St. Martin, because these people have destroyed it. Destroyed. Annihilate. They have annihilated St. Martin. Let us not blame anybody. Let us continue to be in peace and harmony. And let us continue to work in the best interest of St. Martin without blaming the National Alliance and the UP for failing St. Martin. Because they have failed profusely. Profusely. We're not going to point fingers, St. Martin. We are going to remain strong. And the USM cares. And the USM loves you. Stay indoors. Because if you go outside, you will be deceived by the United People's Party and the National Alliance. Because the storm is much better than the lies that they have given you over these past years. The USM is there because we care. We're there because we love you. And we're not blaming anybody for nothing. We are standing on our own grounds. It has been 57 days that we have been in office. And the web of lies of the National Alliance and the United People's Party. Hi, Kon. St. Martin, we love you. Continue to vote for you. Continue to stay safe. And understand that for a brighter tomorrow, do not believe in the lies of the United People's Party and the National Alliance. Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, kids. What's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? Ernesto. What kind of name is Ernesto? You know, I shouldn't make fun of it because Ernesto ain't reached yet, right? So I should probably be a bit more cautious before I make fun of Ernesto. When Ernesto leave, it's when I'm going to start to make fun of the tropical storm, Ernesto. A lot has been happening over the weekend. Just giving you the latest, keeping you up to date, because there is so much to, for us to like cramp in, for us to like, digest. So, where do we begin? We begin with, of course, the Prime Minister making a statement concerning GEBE. Listen to me. For the first time in a very long time, I contemplated life when I sat in the darkness for 10 hours on Saturday. I wouldn't wish that for my worst enemy. The pain, the suffering of having to sit in the dark and being eaten up by mosquitoes, having to take 15 drives because you want to charge your phone, but you just don't want to charge it, so you just keep it in the car. But then you see the way gasoline works. So then it's like, okay, you can keep it on, but then the way battery works, it drains out. So then you're like, okay, you're going to just take a quick drive. So then it's on 10%. Then you come back inside. But GB going to come back soon, man. GB don't come back an hour past. You got to go back in the car and charge again and do the same thing over and over until GB comes back. So you're thinking, at least it left at 7 o'clock in the evening hours. So I was like, approximately 2 or 3 hours, no problem. No problem. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I said, any minute now. It's Saturday, any minute now. Any minute now. It gonna reach any minute. 12 o'clock. Nada. Zero. Silch. So I was like, nah, man, 5 hours? Okay, nah, we should be fine. Nah, no. 4 hours, 5 hours, nah, okay. 1 o'clock, nothing. 2 o'clock, nothing. 3 o'clock, nothing. 4 o'clock, nada. 4 a.m. is when I was like, I started to talk to myself. I was like, I just don't understand. It's like they don't care about people. Like, this is humans. Like, I am a human. I deserve basic light. And I deserve electricity. This is torture. This is torture. How do people do this? I was contemplating. I was just contemplating. I was like, listen. And then 5:10 a.m. I remember it because I was just staring and a tear was coming down my eye. Just one. And it was 5:10. Come back on. I didn't have any energy to go like, yes! I was just like, let's just wait let's just wait to see if they're gonna stay on. I don't know. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to sleep. And I fell asleep. So my message to GB is, and Pete, be nice. You're gonna bleep it anyway. You. Okay? You. Okay, Pete, I reached my maximum. That was 2. 10 hours. Okay. So the Prime Minister then came with a national address that was ultimately one of the most scariest addresses that I've ever heard in my life. Because the man came on and he said, following a critical meeting in Parliament on June the 25th, where solutions of GB energy crisis were discussed, Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina addresses the citizens of St. Martin with a detailed timeline. He then continued to tell us that the generators will be operational by the end of next week, even though he said that it would be done by the 14th. No, it's in the end of next week, no problem. My question is, Dr. Luc Mercelina, or anybody in government, anybody at GB, which nobody's asking the question, which is so scary. These are generators, correct? And they're container generators. My question is very simple. Do they have the capacity to stay on for 24 hours or only for a certain amount of time? Since they're containered generators. So is it set to run for 24 hours or only for a certain amount of time? And the reason why I ask that is because we need to know, because then load shedding is going to take place whether we like it or not, right? So it's just a question. I was pondering about it and then I was like, I wonder, because nobody's addressing it. Everybody's talking about, how cool and the generators are here, yay, we won't have any more problems. But these supposed to be like temporary, right? It's supposed to be, it's a generator, so it's supposed to like run for a certain amount of time, or is it built for 24/7? In any case, let us continue. The schools were closed for Monday. They're going to continue to be closed until further notice because the storm is expected between tomorrow and Wednesday. First I heard Wednesday, now it's Tuesday. Now you're hearing different type of reports. I understand. I know that some people are a bit cautious and want to know what is going on when it comes to these storms. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk to my favorite spokesman for the police, and that is Mr. Josefa of the police department. All right. So we're joined by the spokesperson of the police department, KPSM, Mr. Joe Josefa. Good day, sir. How are we doing?
Yes. Good day. How is everything? We're doing fine. Busy but good.
Now, a lengthy press release was sent out today. Can you tell us more or less what is the police doing to prepare St. Martin for Ernesto?
Yes. This is the same press release we normally send out mostly during the hurricane period when a storm is approaching. And this mostly goes for what's happening on the road, what the police is going to take care of. And this has to do with flood-prone areas, where rocks fall off the hill, and we're trying to tell pedestrians or motorists to avoid these areas, including in the area of Beacon Hill and Mall Bay and in the Cul-de-sac Basin. Those are the most flood-prone areas that we get caught up with most of the times. The persons try to drive through their car and get caught up in those flood areas, making the situation a little more difficult for the traffic, whereby the police and the fire department mostly have to come and assist them.
Now, I know that there are some barricades that's going to be placed. You want people to also stay stay away from them?
Yes, one of the actions we're talking this time is placing barricades in particular places where we know we get caught up with these same problems every storm period. This time we proactively decided to put some of these barricades in a particular spots where we know persons get stuck during the storm, and we're asking them again to do not remove the barricade. It is a safety, but not safety for the public.
Now, as far as the movement of persons on the road when it's not necessary, you are cautioning them to at least stay indoors during the storm, during the passing of the storm, if they don't need to be on the road.
Yeah, correctly. Again, there is no curfew. Let's make that clear. But we see the situation on the roads when it comes to the amount of water that appears on the road during this period when the storm is passed. We're requesting the general public, if you don't have no reason to be on the road, stay off the road. Give the emergency services the ability to assess the situation and clear up what necessary to get them informed.
All right. As far as the controls is concerned, they continue, Mr. Josefa?
Yes, that continues. We are busy up to today.
Okay.
We have some manpower that came up from Aruba today with us to assist us. So we are now all go.
All right. That's Mr. Josefa from the police department. They are talking to us. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro. See you. Boom, boom. Because you don't want to double. Okay, now, the Princess Juliana International Airport came out with a statement today, and they said that they are going to be closed tomorrow, Tuesday. Due to the impending tropical storm Ernesto, Princess Juliana International Airport will be temporarily closed. This decision has been made to ensure the safety of all passengers, staff, and airline personnel. Closure schedule is for Tuesday, August the 13th. Airport locations will cease at 10 a.m. Wednesday, August 14th, the airport will remain closed for the entire day. Once again, tomorrow, 10 a.m. last time that you can go to the airports, then it's going to be closed. Wednesday, going to be closed completely all day, no matter what. So then Thursday, I guess the operations will resume if it can. They said that Thursday at 7 a.m. they should be able to resume. Forecast predict heavy storms that will significantly impact visibility and the runway conditions, making it unsafe aircraft operations. We have made this decision to avoid a potential hazards and prioritize the well-being of everyone at the airport. Travelers are advised to contact their airlines directly and for information regarding flight cancellations or rescheduling. We encourage everyone to follow the social media pages, and of course, yada, 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 yada. All right? So, airport going to be closed. Question is, government, what are you doing? Civil servants, are you got work tomorrow? Yes, no, maybe? What about businesses? Open, close? What are we doing? Of course, money got make, right? Link that show with Andrew Dick. We'll be right back.
Calling Austin Martin. Yeah.
My people of St. Martin, I'm Rolando Bryson, the number 5 candidate on the United People's Party. As many of you know, I've been the only voice over the last 4 years that has championed your rights to be included in one of the most vital things in any society, which is the banking system. Over those 4 years, I was able to keep the banks in check, make sure that they wouldn't introduce new fees, that they would start to treat you better, bring legislation to make sure that everybody has a right to a bank account. But what have we seen in the last 6 months since I've left Parliament? We've seen almost a week after the election, new fees are introduced. We see our seniors being treated worse and worse by our banks. And the situation is not going to get better unless the voice that has been there to enforce what government is supposed to do to treat you as a citizen with respect and demand that of the banks, without that voice, my people, we're only going to get worse and worse when it comes to banking in our country. In my time in Parliament, and even if I was the lone voice,
who we voting for? We voting Lyndon Lewis, number 3 on our list. We voting Lyndon Lewis. Who we voting for? We voting Lyndon Lewis, number 3 on our list. We voting Lyndon Lewis. Equality, number 3. Integrity, number 3. Transparency, number 3. Reuniting families, honorable, number 3. Dependable, number 3. Responsible, number 3. Working for all of we.
My name is Dr. Agnes Gracita R. Arundel, number 6 candidate on the URSM slate. My main objective as a Deputy Minister Plenipotentiary in The Hague are to secure housing options for students in the Netherlands, introduce voting rights for students and St. Martiners living in the Netherlands, and to continue to pursue funding opportunities for St. Martin in Europe. My slogan is competent, caring, and compassionate. Your number 6 candidate on the URSM slate, Gracita R. Arundel. Elect us on August the 19th and make St. Martin beautiful again.
Okay, welcome back. Listen, I got some other news from this time from Point Blanche up in the big house. Yes, the big house. I received a letter from a very concerned person that gave us some information which we verified. I don't like what's happening at the prison. So, in case you're living on the rock, here we go with the latest information. It says, dear editor, I am writing to bring you urgent attention to a deeply troubling conditions at the Point Blanche prison in St. Martin, where corruption, abuse, and abuse of power and gross medical neglect and endangering the lives of inmates. This situation has the lives of inmates and persisted for far too long, and the public deserves to know the truth about what is happening behind the prison walls. Behind these prison walls. Under the leadership of Prison Director Stephen Carty and prison physician Dr. Nawi, the health and well-being of inmates are being dangerously compromised. Whoa. One particular alarming case involved a sick inmate who has been incarcerated for over a month with dangerously high glucose level, ranging from 300 to as high as 418, coupled with high blood pressure. These conditions have severely deteriorated his vision and led to multiple emergency trips to the medical center due to pre-cardiac arrest symptoms and frequent chest pains. They want to kill this man? What the hell is this? He's supposed to be there incarcerated, not a death sentence. Might as well, or you introduce a chair and just go like leave him sit on the chair. Like this is why St. Martin gets sued. This is why St. Martin internationally gets sued for the horrible conditions at the local prison that we have here. How it is in 2024, these type of, do they waterboard over there? Like, or you just have them lying down, put a towel over their mouth, put water in it and go like, might as well. Like the man them sick. They are sick. They are sick and you are not paying attention to them. Batman, put on your surgical mask and let's go. Put on your gurney. Go to the point blank and do something about that damn director. He can't be doing that to the prison inmates are people. It could be anyone. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. From the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. The prison ain't supposed to be made for animals, guys. I just so upset reading this thing. Anyway, so the so-called care provided by the prison medical team is nothing short of malpractice. I agree. Instead of conducting necessary tests to identify and address the root cause of the inmate's condition, random medications are being irresponsibly prescribed. That's the regular St. Martin, though. What you say? You have chest pains? Okay, paracetamol. It will be good. No, wait. You're bleeding from your what? From your blood? Jeez. Okay, paracetamol. It's gonna be fine. You got what? You got leg pain? Ow! You got leg pain? Or somebody cut? Ooh! Like this gushing blood from your legs? Okay, just drink the paracetamol and slow it down. It's gonna be fine. You got back pain? Oh, you got back pain. Oh, you had operations. Oh, you got an operation? Okay, here's paracetamol. Paracetamol. You know, and then if they're really looking to be edgy, antibiotics. It need to dry it from the inside. I swear these doctors though. Like what's happening? Oh, okay. You get 5 boxes of paracetamol, 2 antibiotics, and this is the best part. When they tell you, make sure finish it all. You gotta make sure finish it. And if you don't finish it, you won't be healed. Don't stop if you feel better. Don't stop drinking the pills if you feel better. Because yes, it might look like you feel better and it might look like you're healed, but internally you need to finish the whole 27 pills that are left. So for no reason, you're going to just be like, the doctor said so. Oh. Anyway. Anyway, okay. I just got me upset with this thing. Point Blank lacks the proper medical facilities and trained professionals needed to care for inmates with the life-threatening health conditions. This is not an isolated incident. Inmates at the Point Blank have long suffered under these inhumane conditions, which are blatant violation of their human rights. The system failure to provide adequate medical care is gross injustice and must be addressed immediately. You hear? Immediately. Somebody do an investigation, get some other doctors in there, and do a decent investigation. You know, I saw proof because I didn't want to believe it when the person sent me this. So I was like, nah, I need backup. Give me backup. I got a letter, a copy of a letter, a medical evaluation of an inmate. And the inmate evaluation is as follows by this doctor. You ready for this? While the inmate is suffering from high blood pressure, there seems to be nothing that is life-threatening about the situation. We do believe that medical care of Ireland is needed in order to save the life-threatening disease from this particular patient because of the loss of sight, loss of this, loss of that. I was like, wait, but on top they just say, everything is fine. They just say everything is fine, and then at the bottom they put, they gotta go and get help now. I was like, this is not real. Mercure, come out of retirement now. Because Dr. Now is there. Get it? Dr. Now, welcome to St. Martin. And mind you know, he is my default primary physician because Mercure just, retired and sold his practice, and now I'm under this Now person, and I'm like, okay, so you're my new physician? Okay. He was like, hey, Andrew, how you doing? I saw your blood work. You need to drink some paracetamol. Let me finish up with this story here. The corruption extends beyond medical neglect. Oh, okay, this is juicy. Director Carty, a former policeman sworn to protect and serve, is now engaging in actions that jeopardize human life. His intimidation of medical staff to downplay serious health issues raises grave concerns about the motives behind his actions. He is acting under someone else's influence, or is it a personal vendetta? Either way, his actions are a direct violation of ethical standards expected of someone of his position. The situation at Point Blanche is a clear example of how power can be abused to determine for human lives. This inmate is currently suffering from frequent heart issues lasting over 3 hours, irregular heartbeats, daily hyperglycemia, which puts him at a constant risk of slipping into a diabetic coma. Yet the prison official stance remains he is in good health. A claim that is not false but criminally negligent. Yes. Yo, this is a call for the press to expose these injustices and advocate for immediate intervention. The inmates of the Point Blanche, regardless of their crimes, deserve to be treated with basic human dignity. They deserve competent medical care and protection from the abuse of those in power. The public needs to be made aware of these issues. And of course, the prison, they don't talk to nobody. They don't tell nobody nothing. They don't send press releases to nobody. They don't say nothing. You call Carty, he don't answer. That's why I didn't bother even call and ask if this is true, because I know it's true. Because remember when the guy who had sliced up had injured the lady, the Queen Show lady, Estica? He got stabbed up multiple times in Point Blanche. Guess how we get to find out? I can't tell you. But I had to call, and he didn't answer. And I'm like, what? And then when the Minister of Justice at the time called and asked, he was like, I don't know. I got to check. I got to see. No, prison. Get your act together. Late Night Show with Andrew Dick. We'll be right back, man.
I know why they don't like La Cruz Francisco. Cause he giving people job opportunity. I know why they don't like La Cruz Francisco. Cause we voting number 4 for UP party. He have the solution for black horse light and immigration policy. Vote number 4. Preparedness committee. Vote number 4. Introducing LNG. Vote number 4. We gon' shock the ministry. Vote number 4. St. Peter's, you ready? He gets it done for you. It's time to raise the bar, let's take it to the top. It's time to choose qualified people to rep for ya. From the prisoner still senior, she's right here for ya. Can't forget the education, it's time for better. She's ready and she's focused to get the job done. SXM, the time is now, let us all vote for change. Shamira is the candidate to represent for us. She's gonna represent us locally and even to the Dutch.
It's a go. Hey, he's a man for the people. Do anything that he needs to. Standing on business, no time for the gimmicks. He's a real deal, no time for pretending. Say Martin, you know that he's the one. Here to serve the people and to get the job done. When everybody else turn their backs and they run, just know that you could always count on It's a gun. Tell me why.
Welcome to the National Institute for Professional Advancement, where dreams meet education. At NEPA, we offer 9 exciting programs to help you reach your full potential. From our state-of-the-art culinary program, where you can master the art of cooking, to our hospitality program, preparing you for the dynamic world of service. Our electrical installation technician program offers hands-on experience and practical skills for a bright future. Our ICT program is designed for the digital age, and our general property maintenance program helps you craft a solid foundation in construction. Plus, gain real-world skills in our automotive technology program, with day and evening classes and validated certifications. Join us at NEPA, where your journey to success begins. Enroll now.
Say Martin for this election. We voting for Jurendi Duran for governmental progress.
Good day, as you know, on the road with Duran. Although this time is a bit different because we're not on any side roads. We're on the main road of Dutchwater. As you know, over the years, Dutchwater have been plagued with many issues for infrastructure. What you're seeing happening here now is with respect to the sewage network, which had some challenges over the last couple of decades. But indeed, as we move forward, we were able to reprioritize some funds in order to allocate enough funds to continue with this project.
To save this country, we need everybody to vote Duran.
Great job, Carl. Thank you. Jeremy, come on up. For the final word in the Spelling Bee Championship, please spell insurance.
Insurance. N-A-G-I-C-O. Insurance.
That's correct. I hope your father can spell Najiko too.
Najiko is insurance. Insurance is Najiko.
All right, time for your flashback. We have a good one for you. Right, Pete?
Flashback.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Vince McMahon. The reason why I say Vince McMahon, only wrestling people will get that reference. WrestleMania at the Ministry of Justice, where Miss Elaine Anna Richardson decided to slap the out of an employee. Okay, no, she didn't. It would be nice if she did, though, because everybody talking about it is going all over. Oh, Minister of Justice slaps an employee. No, it's not true. It's not true. Relax. So, from what we are gathering, there was a situation between a worker at the Justice Ministry and a supervisor. They wasn't getting along, so the minister was asked to intervene. The minister being the minister, and you know exactly how I mean, the minister. She came in, instead of, being neutral and listening to both sides of the stories, she decided to be not so nice to the worker who has the complaint about her supervisor. So it was an exchange of words. They start cussing, you know, the minister don't care. She just was like, listen, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And she was loud as usual. The bodyguards had to like tell the minister, okay, minister, let's go back to the office. Calm down. This is getting dangerous. Let's get back to the office. And that was it. That was it. Nobody hit anybody. There was no wrestling match. No oil was involved. That would have been nice. But no oil was involved. There was no balloon fight, or you take it easy. It was just a office squabble that the minister handled terribly. But anyway, no slapping took place at the Ministry of Justice, or the minister did not slap anybody. Okay? Let me just get that out of the way. All right. What else is happening? The budget 2023 is being discussed in Parliament. Discussion started on Tuesday. Of course, the ministers are present, while one minister decided to not stick with the budget proceedings and go off island to attend a water conference. I don't know. I guess the water conference is more important than the budget for the minister, but he decided that all ministers can stay here and listen to the budget meeting while he goes off island to deal with this water conference. First time in history I've seen this, and I don't understand how the coalition allowed this to actually take place. It's crazy, but anyway, this government has done stranger things. Speaking about strange, Savage Chris decided to give the Minister of Finance, of course the tallest minister in the Council of Ministers, Atwell Irian, a lesson on how wrong he is on the license plate and it being so small, because everybody needs glasses to see the numbers on our new license plates. And looks like the minister maybe didn't notice. So the minister was schooled by Savage Chris during the budget debate meeting on Wednesday. Take a look.
I'm talking about the license plate. I'm talking about the number plate. I would like to ask the Honorable Minister, through you, Mr. Chairman, if he stands by the image of the number plate. And if his answer is yes, then I would like to ask the Honorable Minister if he intends to do a recall on the number plates. Why? Because I have never, ever seen number plates on St. Martin with the numbers so small. So I said to myself, what's the regulation? And then I had some of my police friends call me and say, the number's too small, the number's this, the number's that. So I said, there must be something regulating number plates. There must be something. And I said to myself, okay, let me go and find out. And it states, Mr. Chairman, the dimension of the letters and numbers of the license plate referred to in subsection 1C are for motor vehicles other than motorcycles. 1, the height, 5 to 7.5 centimeters. Thickness, approximately 4 millimeters. Millimeters. Okay? It says here, and I want to make sure get it correct. It says, regulation of the Minister of Finance of October the 21st, 2011, establishing the characteristics of license plates, the number series for the various categories, the motor vehicles, and the fee payable for license plates for the 2012 tax year regulations on license plate 2012. I would like to ask the Honorable Minister, through you, has this changed? Has it changed to present? Because, Mr. Chairman, if that is the case, right here, I have an actual size. Because I got one from a partner. I went and I photocopied it and make sure it was the actual size of it to measure the numbers. And I marked the numbers, Mr. Chairman. So when you take the ruler and you go right by this line here and you go down, it's 4.7 centimeters. It's wrong. The regulations say 5 to 7.5. So you can't be under 5. This says 4.7. And if you go on, it goes on to 4.3 and 4.5. So I would like to ask the Honorable Minister, is there going to be a recall? And if that is the case, do you have budget for it? But then I say, let me go a bit further, because then you might want to question, what does the old plate says? Well, I have one here too. And if you take the measurements of the old plate, exactly 7.5. So the regulations on the old plate is correct. But on the new one, it's wrong. And the thing about it is, the minister make it known to us and the people of St. Martin, this is your plate for life. Well, then I stand to be corrected for it, then not for life, but this is a plate you're going to be using because you wouldn't have to change it again. That sounds like life to me. But I could be wrong. So I would like to ask you, Mr. Chairman, to the Honorable Minister, who did the execution of the plates? And did they know what the regulation stated? Because according to the Honorable Minister of Justice, when asked the question concerning the payments to the police officers, she said, and I quote, me, Anna Elaine Richardson, is going to do it the right way, according to the law. Mr. Chairman, this ain't the right way. Nor is this according to the law. And what is unfortunate is that the design is so beautiful. I love it. But then again, this is what you get from the government in their execution. So I don't know what it is, unless the regulations has changed. If that is the case, can the minister provide such? Mr. Chairman, I would like to know. Because it doesn't take anybody with 20/20 vision to look at this and say something is wrong in terms of the numbers. They are just too small. We all know it, but we don't want to say anything because we feel we're going to sort of disturb the designer. No, the designer did an awesome job. That's the talent we have here in St. Martin. So I didn't expect anything else different. But Mr. Chairman, this is wrong.
Also interesting in the meeting was apparently the airport is planning on putting a casino at the airport, a casino bar. That's what they're calling it, a casino bar. So basically a bar with slot vending machines, or it's just called casino bar, but have like gambling inside. St. Martin is not a real place. Of course, the CEO basically doing what he wants. Because there was a tender put out for what they called it, cultural, and they want to make it fresh and nice. So let's just put a casino in our airport. Is St. Martin still a real place? Somebody pinch me or somebody slap me? Get it? Because the minister didn't slap anybody. Anyway, the MP for the PFP, the leader, Melissa Gomes, sounded the alarm during the budget meeting on Wednesday. Take a look.
And while we're on the subject of TEAT, Mr. Chairman, today an article came out that discusses a call for tender with 7 RFPs, requests for proposals, for PGIA concessions. It mentions the new terminal, which will feature 34 retail and food and beverage concessions units pre- and post-security, as well as a pop-up marketing platform for short-term rental. It very interestingly mentions that PGIA is looking forward to bringing innovative and culturally rich concepts to our passengers. Culturally rich. But among the concession packages available are restaurants, fashion retail, a pharmacy, supermarkets, and a mini casino bar. A mini casino bar. How does this mesh, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the Minister of TEAT, with the ministry's own plans to tackle and regulate the gambling industry? Has the Minister of TEAT been involved in a discussion at PGIA regarding this rich and culturally innovative concession plan? Since I think it's pertinent that the ministry be aware if the gambling industry is leaching into the airport. Because on the one hand, we're talking about controls of those little gambling machines that MP Emmanuel mentioned in the Central Committee meeting. And on the other, it seems like they might just end up in the airport. It's no secret, Mr. Chairman, that the thought of a casino, whether mini or not, hybrid bar, restaurant or not, in the airport is not something that I would support, especially because the phrase culturally rich is used in the same breath as this concession option, when I can think of a host of other legitimately culturally rich options for placement at the airport. And I do hope PGIA management and executive consultant who's quoted in the article are listening. Because then it becomes jokey, Mr. Chairman, when we speak about the contradiction that unfortunately turns up in many statements and actions undertaken by this government, things that are said here that in reality within even the public companies do not actually take place. But it's not jokes. This isn't the first instance that has had me and the public scratching our heads. There are times when the budget, the alleged policies accompanying it, and the actual actions occurring in public view have been a library of confusion and continue to be so.
All right. Also, part of my highlight for today's, coverage of our budget week is Member of Parliament Rolando Bryson. He went in, he went ham. I thought he would have been shaken up by being detained for a couple of hours, and he would have, come out all scared and humble and nice. But he came out swinging, and he did not hold back. He just went in. For him, this is the best government ever, and they're sticking together no matter what, and the budget is going to be shoved down our throats no matter what. He didn't say it in those words, but he gave some very interesting arguments as to why this budget is the best budget for St. Martin right now. Take a look.
Mr. Chairman, the government has had to endure via all this time, not business as usual. We had to deal with COVID-19, a very serious pandemic, which both successive ministers, Minister Panafleck and Minister Otley, in hindsight, everyone would agree, did an excellent job. We came up with innovations that many countries used. St. Martin as a model, which was the EHAS. We were one of the first to create such a system. We had the SSRP that was rolled out quicker than most countries was able to do. How much was it? Mr. Chairman, let me ask the minister if he can remind the public. How much was put into SSRP and other enterprise support during the COVID-19 period, etc.? I would like to hear from the minister. Remind what we had to do to keep this country afloat. Mr. Chairman, so when you take the governing program, you have to also take it in the context of what St. Martin had to endure. And I grade on that curve the government that I support. And I grade this budget as maybe the first budget in the 4 years that this government would have. This would be the first budget in which we actually can start to really act post-COVID. 2020, 2021, and 2022 budgets were still recovery budgets. This is our first balanced budget. This is our first budget where we see significant investments in the country. And that is what I finally see in the budget here. And that's why I support how this budget has been presented, the details that have been provided, and the effort that has been done by the civil service, by the ministers, by everyone involved to bring a budget to St. Martin that is balanced and that provides significant investments. Mr. Chairman, if you look at the amount of investments that have gone into the country at this point, based on this budget, Yes, some will highlight that you had 21 million, I believe, was stated in operational cuts. But you can't look at just the operational cuts without looking at the millions that is now projected in capital investments. Something that is unprecedented, yet realistic. Me says so, the minister says so, even CFT says so. CFT has told us multiple times in the meetings here and in informal meetings in the conference room that they have seen an amazing improvement from the government in their ability to present capital investments. And in those discussions, they believe that these capital investments will materialize. So how do we only look at the operational side of the budget and say, yeah, but this budget doesn't do nothing, but then completely ignore 85 million guilders in 2023 and 40-something million in 2024 going into bettering schools, roads, infrastructure, tourism, all of these necessary investments? So that is not a fair and complete picture of the budget. The complete picture of the budget is a combination of the operational budget, the capital expenditure budget, and the policy document. And when I take all three together, I see a budget that, is it perfect? Of course not. Do I have some questions, and have I had some questions? Sure. But to make it seem that, oh God, this budget is completely unrealistic, also maybe shows that there's also certain lack of understanding of what is actually being done. And I'll give one example. Here you have, I looked to my right to my colleague, William Marlin, when I heard one of the first questions from the United Democrats. Minister of ECYS, what about the Monument Fund? I almost dropped down on my chair. I said, really? You want to ask about the Monument Fund? Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask the minister if he understands the motion that was passed to confirm that you understand that it's not for the Monument Fund to go and fix Diamond Estate. That's not what the motion said. The motion alludes to the ones ultimately responsible. Because if that's the angle she's trying to come with, like, maybe we could see if we get a Monument Fund in place, then, and you don't have to pay that, maybe somebody else could pay it instead, then maybe that's what needs to happen. But not with the Monument Fund. I believe a Monument Fund needs to be established for the right purposes, to make sure that our people can finally have the support to make our monuments the beauties that they can be, like what we saw in Curacao. But Mr. Chairman, it reminds me of one of my favorite parables in the Bible, 1 Kings 3:16, where Solomon was faced with two mothers that claim to have the same child, that they claim it was their own. And they went to King Solomon, and they both said that this is their child, this is mine. It's me who bring this to the world, it's I who build this. And Solomon said, you know what? Fetch me my sword. And he said, the only solution I have to this is I'm going to take this sword and I'm going to cut the baby in half, and each of you can have half. Let's just destroy it and done. And one of them, she said, yes. Because if he can't have it, if she can't have it, I can't, nobody can have it. That's what she said. And do you know what the other one said? It's okay. No. I love what this creation is. I love what this can stand for. I love the potential of this child to grow. And what did Solomon decide? That was the one that he decided should have the child. And the mother left, upset. But that other mother stayed with the child. So, Mr. Chairman, I encourage all of us to stay strong. Especially this year, it is only going to get worse. I know that I am prepared on behalf of the UP party to take whatever I can to stand up for what we believe in. But I do believe that it will only get worse. Because when you start as a member of parliament to go after things like Mullet Bay and call them out when they destroy monuments and call them out and bring motions and tell them go pay. No, you won't get an off a shipyard. It's the same group of people always. You don't notice that, Mr. Chairman? But I will not stop because I know what I signed up for. And I know that the prayers of the people and the love that I receive, they see what I do. And they know that myself, my party, and our coalition are doing our best to work in the best interests of St. Martin. Just like this budget is a reflection of the best effort we could have possibly put together, all things considered, to serve the people of St. Martin. So I will be supporting this budget. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Of course, the budget meeting continues as we speak. It's going to conclude by the end of the week. Of course, the coalition is clearly sticking together. Some amendments are coming and some motions are coming. So we're going to see who's going to support these motions when push comes to shove. But of course, we continue our coverage of the budget 2023. All right. Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin. That is it for the Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Ernesto is coming. Hide. Hide. Ernesto. So, no, I'm not doing it because Ernesto might mash us up. No. Ernesto, see you on Wednesday, Tuesday, tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully it's just like slow wind. Like just a little. Tomorrow. Bye.